Imagine a man standing on the shore watching a ship leave the harbor. He tells himself, "One day I'll get on a ship like that. Not today, not this year. One day." So he stays on the shore. He watches others leave. He watches seasons change. He watches time pass. And one day he's old, still standing in the same place, still talking about the same dream, still telling the same story about what he would have done if life had been different. Nothing dramatic happened. No tragedy, no disaster, no catastrophe, just comfort, just delay, just waiting, just choosing easy instead of necessary. That's how most lives are lost, not in fire, not in chaos, in silence, in routine, in comfort. Discipline is hard. That's not an opinion, it's a fact. And that is exactly why most people stay poor. Not just poor in money, but poor in options, poor in peace, poor in direction, poor in self-respect. If discipline were easy, stability would be normal, freedom would be common, strong families would be everywhere, purpose would be the standard, but it isn't. Because when comfort and discipline collide, most people choose comfort every day, quietly, consistently, and then they call it bad luck, they call it circumstances, they call it the system, they call it timing, anything but the truth. Let's be honest in a way that people usually avoid. Most people already know what they should do. They don't fail because they lack intelligence. They don't fail because they lack opportunity. They fail because they refuse to obey what they already know is right. They know they should wake up earlier. They know they should stop wasting time. They know they should control spending instead of chasing dopamine. They know they should build skills instead of excuses. They know they should keep promises instead of making new ones. They know they should take responsibility instead of shifting blame. They know they should do the boring work that actually moves life forward. But comfort whispers, comfort is subtle, comfort doesn't shout, it doesn't threaten, it seduces, it says tomorrow, it says you're tired, it says you deserve a break, it says just this once, it says no one will notice, it says you've been through enough. Comfort never tells you the full price. It never shows you the years lost. It never shows you the opportunities missed. It never shows you the trust eroded. It never shows you the slow decay of confidence. It never shows you the quiet disappointment that settles into your identity when you look at your life and realize you could have done more but didn't. Discipline is hard, but regret is heavier, much heavier, and regret lasts longer. People love to talk about motivation. Motivation feels powerful, it feels clean, it feels inspiring, it feels spiritual, it feels like energy. It's emotional, it's loud. It comes with excitement, vision boards, strong feelings, big plans, new beginnings, fresh starts, dramatic promises, and then it disappears. Motivation is a feeling, and feelings are unstable. Motivation depends on mood. Discipline depends on decision. Motivation says, I feel like it. Discipline says, I committed. Motivation says, when I'm ready. Discipline says, I start anyway. Motivation says, when it feels right. Discipline says, because it is right. If motivation were enough, most people would already be living different lives. But motivation fades the moment discomfort shows up. It fades when the work gets repetitive. It fades when the results don't come fast. It fades when no one is watching. It fades when effort feels invisible. It fades when progress is slow. Discipline doesn't care how you feel. Discipline doesn't negotiate with your emotions. Discipline acts based on values, not moods. That's why relying on motivation is one of the quietest forms of self-sabotage. It lets people feel like they're trying without actually changing anything. It creates the illusion of progress without the pain of growth. No one destroys their future in one dramatic moment. No one wakes up and says, today I will ruin my life. It happens quietly, politely, comfortably. One extra hour of scrolling, one more excuse, one skipped responsibility, one delayed decision, one avoided conversation, one habit ignored, one discipline postponed, one standard lowered, one promise broken, first to yourself, then to others. Comfort doesn't feel dangerous. That's why it's deadly. It doesn't look like destruction. It looks like rest. It looks like entertainment. It looks like relaxation. It looks like normal life. But every time you choose the easier path, something small dies inside you. A bit of discipline, a bit of self-trust, a bit of resilience, a bit of courage, a bit of identity. Over time, those small losses compound, not because you were unlucky, not because the system was unfair, not because life was cruel, but because you trained yourself to avoid discomfort. And life rewards what you practice. If you practice comfort, you get stagnation. If you practice avoidance, you get weakness. If you practice discipline, you get growth. If you practice responsibility, you get strength. If you practice consistency, you get momentum. Results are not random. They follow character. Always. A person who cannot keep small commitments will never keep big ones. A person who avoids discomfort will avoid responsibility. A person who cuts corners will eventually live in a crooked house. A person who lies to themselves will struggle to lead anyone else. Discipline shapes character. Character shapes decisions. Decisions shape outcomes. This is not psychology. This is structure. This is order. This is reality. This is how life works. This isn't about becoming harsh. It isn't about becoming cold. It isn't about becoming obsessed. It's about becoming reliable, stable, grounded, trustworthy, especially to yourself. Integrity isn't only about telling the truth to others. Integrity is living in alignment with what you know is right when no one is watching. Integrity is keeping promises that only you know about. Integrity is doing what you said you would do long after the emotion is gone. And here is the part many people avoid. God does not bless disorder. He blesses faithfulness, not perfection. Faithfulness, daily faithfulness, quiet faithfulness, unseen faithfulness, repetitive faithfulness, obedient faithfulness, disciplined faithfulness. Many people see discipline as punishment, as suffering, as deprivation, as loss. That thinking is broken. Discipline is not punishment. Discipline is protection. Discipline is alignment. Discipline is order. Discipline is structure. Discipline is saying, my life matters, my future matters, my family matters, my calling matters, my responsibility matters. Every disciplined action is a vote for the person you are becoming. Every small act of self-control is identity training. Every consistent habit is future building. When you control your time, you honor your purpose. When you control your habits, you protect your peace. When you control your impulses, you grow in strength. Discipline is not cruelty toward yourself. It is self-respect. It is love directed inward, not emotional love, not soft love, not indulgent love, responsible love, mature love, the kind that says, I will not let you destroy your future for temporary comfort, the kind that says, I care about who you become, the kind that says, your potential deserves structure, the kind that says, your life is too valuable for chaos. Here is the truth without drama, without hype, without theatrics. No one is coming to save you, and that is not bad news. That is freedom. It means you are not powerless. It means your choices matter. It means your discipline matters. It means your habits matter. It means your obedience matters. It means your daily structure matters. It means your consistency matters. It means your private life matters. It means your standards matter. Discipline is not something you wait for. It is something you practice. It is available today, not someday. Not when life slows down. Not when conditions are perfect. Not when everything feels right. Today, start small, start simple, start boring, start disciplined. Wake up earlier. Speak less, do more. Consume less, build more. Scroll less, study more. Excuse less, execute more. Comfort less, structure more. Not to impress anyone, not to look successful, not to perform, but to become someone you can respect when the noise is gone and the room is quiet. Discipline will not make you popular. It will not make life easy. It will not make the path smooth, but it will make your life solid, stable, rooted, grounded, strong. And solidity is rare. That's why it's valuable. Choose discipline not because it feels good, but because it is good. Choose discipline not because it's comfortable, but because it's right. Choose discipline not for applause, but for alignment. And in time, quietly, steadily, without shortcuts, without hype, without noise, without fraud, without illusions, it will change everything.